Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Demetrius Johnson, and you're listening to MMALatestNews.com.
It's time to roll, baby.
This is Day Knows MMA. Now that the dust has settled from the McGregor versus Cerrone fight, and we've had a couple weeks to process everything that unfolded at UFC 247, I wanted to talk about the hot topic that is, who does Conor McGregor fight next? I know this sort of thing has been discussed across every medium since the fight happened multiple times over, and it may seem like I'm a little late coming around to this, but when dealing with circumstances like this that just has an impossible amount of buzz surrounding it, putting some time between fight night and then forming the opinion when things are cooling off, it's never a bad idea. Firstly, in short, McGregor looked fantastic in the fight versus Cerrone, and although I primarily like to focus on the contest itself, it's a small sample size we're working with when you consider it lasted 40 seconds. It was more about McGregor's demeanor in the build-up to this fight. At press conferences and in the interviews, and the eventual follow-up through topping it off with an excellent performance really made an impression with the fans. I was happy to see how the Irishman was conducting himself through fight week. It's exactly what I was hoping for coming into this thing. He dialed back on the theatrics in a major way. Didn't go out there feeling the need to deliver sound bites and run a comedy roast special. He was just himself, more so than we've seen in a very long time, and it reflected well on him. Of course, you can say and do whatever you want in interviews and press conferences and gain as much attention on social media and get buzzed through the pro wrestling antics all you want. But if you don't perform when the cage door shuts, it's not going to do shit for you. McGregor going out there and blitzing Cerrone like he did after all that he's been through to get to this point, with the ridiculous build-up and conclusion that was the fight versus Khabib, and all the accusations and the trouble he's found himself, spoke volumes about his character. Now all the talk surrounding him isn't about the whiskey, the antics, and the controversy outside of the cage, or anything to do with the general media circus that he's always engulfed in. It's all about who does he fight next? The popular opinion seems to be that it should be a fight with Jorge Masvidal that's next for McGregor. After all, Masvidal's stock has never been higher, and the BMF title holder was sitting cage side at UFC 247. A fight between the two would be big business, and most certainly draw a lot of fanfare. But after everything that's gone on outside the cage with McGregor over the past couple of years, and the meteoric rise of Masvidal over the past year, their paths just aren't naturally crossing at this point. With the big win over Cerrone, McGregor reinstated a lot of the fans' respect for him as a mixed martial artist. And the build-up to a blockbuster fight with Masvidal ought to take a little longer. If McGregor wants to increase the good faith he's recently earned tenfold, taking a fight with Justin Gaethje is the answer. To agree to take on Gaethje at this point would work wonders for the continued rebuilding of the admiration and the respect from the fans. And should he be able to get past Gaethje, the fight with Masvidal or whomever else would be bigger than ever. I don't even want to go there with the winner of Khabib and Tony, or stepping in on short notice should someone drop out of that fight. That's a fight that fans have been waiting on for such a long time now, and the only individuals that should be talked about when it comes to that contest is Khabib and Tony. Just let that one be and see how it all comes out in the wash. Fighting Gaethje is an extremely dangerous proposition for any fighter in the lightweight division. That goes for Khabib and Tony as well. Even some of the most iconic all-out action fighters we've come to know over the years in MMA have their fights where they sort of hang on the outside or go in there with a different game plan as a means to picking up the W, even if it means of putting on somewhat of a boring performance. With Justin Gaethje, you don't have to wonder what the game plan is going to be in a fight versus Conor McGregor. Don't sweat it. I got your back. I'm going to tell you what he's going to do right now. He's going to get in the cage and continuously walk forward and throw hammers at Conor until he either knocks him out or gets knocked out himself. It's simple, and that's a terrifying reality to have to face. McGregor knows it, and more importantly, I feel like the vast majority of the fan base knows it. Not that a fight with Masvidal, Usman, or Nate isn't dangerous. Fighting them just seems like way less of a risk. Perhaps it's because Gaethje's the smaller name out of the bunch, coupled with the fact that statistically, based on past records, McGregor is facing a higher probability of getting knocked out in a fight versus Gaethje than he is against any of the other fighters mentioned. And it's that high risk that would produce high reward for McGregor should he earn the W. Not to mention the continuation of the goodwill that he's managed to earn with his latest win. And aside from all that, it would just be an insanely great fight for the fans. Never mind all the media hoopla surrounding the other fighters, how many Instagram followers they have or whatever. I guarantee you, if McGregor versus Gaethje gets made official and booked next, the fans, the media, and the promotion are going to very quickly see that this is a fight that we didn't even know we wanted so bad.